right, are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
All right, so that was a ton of fun. Totally unique, totally different than anything you've tried before. You're so used to an audible cue, but everything we do is through our eyes. That's where we process most of our information. So getting a visual cue on the target, I mean, I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps. It's so fun, totally different than what you're used to. A couple times I tried gaming it and guessing where it might be, and I indexed to the wrong target. So lesson learned for me there. You know, totally unexpected. I never thought that that would pop up, but me trying to game it, I realized I was doing something that maybe wasn't the best habit. Totally could see it in this light, totally could see it in this distance. As fast as I shot is as fast as it would go. So it's accepting any skill level, and looking at the targets, just another thing. I can tell really quickly when I'm actually on the sights or versus maybe trying to chase the dot. And I'm getting instant feedback when I do that through my eyes because the targets are being delineated for me visually. Of course, you know, PCCs are fun to shoot. Again, a different challenge. First time I tried this was iron sights. So, you know, sometimes people have problems with focal plane between target focused and iron sight focus. So you can really work on your ability to do that when you're shooting an iron sight gun with the VRT. But now when I'm shooting this with the PCC or with the optic and I can keep my focal plane at the target, man, you can train your vision so quick with it. It's a challenge because as fast as you go is as fast as it goes. You want to turn it up, it turns it up right along with you. I've ran this drill a couple times now in a couple different ways, and I've really noticed something after just using it like 3 or 4 times. A lot of times when we're practicing transitions or we're moving pretty quickly, you know, we fall into the traps of getting the gun there before our eyes, or over muscling the gun, pistol or rifle in our transitions. That's easy to do. But if I look at my target now as I've gone along, I'm no longer dragging the gun off target because of how the target is being designated for me. My eyes have to go there first because I'm searching, I'm looking. And that lets me be more centered on the gun, or excuse me, centered on the target, and be there at the appropriate time and the appropriate place. So now when I look at my hits up here on the target, you'll see I'm much more centered. And you can see my pasters, how I kind of had wider groups earlier in the day, but now they're coming in. They're coming in. I'm getting better with my vision because I'm using my vision to help me drive this drill. Totally worth it. If you're interested in this, you probably train or shoot pretty regularly. We all get to a point where we're like, what am I gonna do now? It's so nice to have some of that taken out of your hands. And even more importantly, taking some of the grind out and putting the fun back in. So right now, I'm gonna shoot this on what I would call the fun setting. I've got 5 targets set up. I've got some differences in the way things will be presented to me. It's gonna be really challenging, and it's also gonna be fun. So I get to test my skill at the same time that I'm having an equal amount of fun. Getting rid of the burnout. The #1 thing that stops us in long-term improvement, burnout. This will help fix that.
All 5 targets. We're ready.
Right.
Stand by.
So like I said, even before we started shooting, this is going to be what I would call the fun mode. And you can hear it in my voice. You saw me shooting. It's so much more challenging and more fun than what you would just make up intrinsically on your own. To have a silent training partner who brings the fun into it is pretty fun. I mean, you watched me like, it was work, but the whole time I'm smiling. So yeah, fun mode, totally worth it. More things I'm learning every time I use this. this isn't also just for fun. This can be serious. Some of the things that we talk about when we talk about a defensive shooting is auditory exclusion, vision narrowing. When I'm using an array like this with 5 targets and with sometimes an unknown number of shots per target, it forces me to keep my vision open. It forces me to make sure that I shoot enough rounds for that target, that I ensure that it's receiving what it needs. Oftentimes, when we're just doing it ourselves, we can lie to ourselves. We're not entirely truthful. But with this, I can see visually 100%. Do I need to stay on this target or do I need to move? How many other people or objects in this scenario are available to me? If I'm missing some of this, I'm too narrow. And you'll learn that really quick as you go through drills like this. What am I doing with my vision? Am I truthful to myself? How much can I really see? Honesty.